Alright guys, as we are approaching the second phase of our current update, right now we have a very important decision to make. We currently have Zongfang Yi as the main banner, but starting next week, we're getting the run banners for Laevatain and Galberta specifically, and depending on what you do here, you could either massively boost your account or waste your pulls. So in this video, let's go over a full should you pull breakdown for all of these 1.2 banners, especially for those who have not pulled on Zongfang Yi yet and are deciding to save for the runs or pull on her. And real quick before we get into the should you pull breakdown, if you guys want to stay updated on everything Endfield, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, especially to not miss out on the upcoming 1.3 banner news. And I'm also going to cover everything coming out in the update by next week, so stay tuned for that. And before we get into it, if you guys want to support the channel and try out Raid for yourself, make sure to download it from my link in the description. And now let's get into it. But alright, with that out the way, let's not waste any time and get right into it. So starting with our current banner, we have Zongfang Yi. Now this is a very straightforward one because Zongfang Yi is shaping up to be one of the strongest DPS units we have in the game right now. A electric element character with multiple forms. Her second form looks absolutely insane, and her entire kit revolves around building up damage for electric fields and then bursting the enemy. This is exactly the type of unit that carries your account if you don't have a strong DPS yet. Fangyi is easily a really good pull that you can make. She's a very flashy character. She's incredibly strong that can manage both high sustained damage and burst with great range on the attacks and high mobility. And one of the best value of this character is that her teams are not too expensive because she can work really well with a full lineup of 4 to 5 star operators as well. So that comes into play when considering her value. She doesn't need other 6 star operators. However, there are a few downsides when it comes to this character, and it's regarding her weapon. She has few low cost options for a weapon. Between her signature and the other weapons, there's a pretty big gap. That's a negative as well. And during her gameplay, she's very SP hungry, but overall she's an amazing character. But the problem is, right after her banner, we're getting the first time returns of really good characters, and this is where things get interesting between Laevatain and Galberta. We can start with Laevatain. Laevatain is a heat DPS, and she was actually one of the best units at launch, the only limited character at launch. Until this day, she's still one of the strongest main DPSs in the entire game. She does amazing AoE damage, good at clearing mobs and making early to mid game content very easy, and even end game content is really good. And of course, we can also consider as new patches come out, we're going to get stronger DPS characters, so naturally DPSs will go down and the new ones will be at the top with better scaling units and more specialized damage dealers. So while Laevatain is still good and one of the best solo options you can go for, she's more subject to power creep. So if you're thinking long term, you might want to be careful. And now let's talk about Gilberta. This is one where you really need to pay attention because Gilberta is a support, but not just any support. She's one of the most versatile supports in the entire game because she can group enemies together, insanely valuable, especially for AoE damage. She applies debuff that increases your team's damage, and she fits in a lot of teams as well. She's one of the few best buffers in the game right now, which is really important because naturally they will tend to release more DPS type of characters instead of pure support characters like Galberta. And Galberta also has a nature infliction application on battle skill and ultimate, making her really good for nature teams. If you're thinking long term and a future nature character comes out, Gilberta is going to slot in really perfectly on that team. And Gilberta also works with all the other limited characters. She works well with Rosie, she can work with Laevatain, she can work with Yvonne. So she has a lot of different options instead of having one team. That is pretty valuable as well. So honestly, you really can't go wrong with either of these characters right now because they're all top tier picks. They're all at the top of the game when it comes to value. But I would say for long-term players, you definitely want to prioritize maybe more supportive characters. I've been seeing a lot of players suggest that Zongfang Yi falls a bit short compared to Laevatain, and that she could potentially be knocked down from a tier 2 when it comes to if we compare them in a tier list, for example. But going back to Galberta, she is indeed a long-term investment you can make, but at the same time, she's not required. You can still clear the content without her. That's where the decision comes in. Do you want to pull for immediate account power or long-term value? And what else do you have on your account? If you want a strong DPS right now, Fangyi, you can go for her. If you want another really good DPS and good at AoE damage, Laevatain is another option. It also depends on what type of team you want to go for. If you want a heat team and already have other characters to go with, Laevatain, you can go for that. If you have a electric team for Zongfang Yi, you can go for that as well. And if you want more of a safe future-proof investment, I would say Gilberta is probably the better option. Overall, at the end of the day, always go for characters you think you'll have the most fun with. And there's also one more thing to consider. We have version 1.3, which is right around the corner, and with it, we're expecting more characters like Mi Fu, who's already looking like a top tier DPS, but she's said to be physical, so she would slot in the physical team, but there's also a chance that Gilberta works alongside Mi Fu as well. I wouldn't be surprising. And there's also the other character right now, the vampire looking guy that should be coming out in 1.3 as well. We don't have the exact details on this kit yet, not fully confirmed, but he might be a really good option as well. And this is exactly where gacha games trap you, because if you spend everything right now, you might not have enough pulls for them later if they end up being a lot better. This is why at the end of the day, always go for a character you think you'll have the most fun with. But for now, just wanted to make a quick video on the should you pull on the current banners or the upcoming banners next week. So my final recommendation would be, if you're free to play, save your pulls unless you really need any of these units. And if you want a safe pick, you can go for Galberta. If you want immediate flashy power gameplay, you go for Fangyi. And if you're thinking Laevatain, if you want to build a heat team, want great AoE damage, and a character to carry you early game, she's good as well. But yeah guys, that's going to be it for the full should you pull breakdown. Let me know down below, did you already pull for Zongfang Yi? What are your plans going to this next patch, this next update? And for those who have not pulled yet, what is your decision? Will you consider pulling on Zheng Fangyi or pull on the upcoming run banners? As always, if you guys enjoyed the video, like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss out. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.